Spirituality versus materialism. What's the real story? So I believe in the past, spirituality almost had this unassuming title that one had to be incredibly down to earth and humble to be spiritual. And that still is the case. You can't be spiritual if you're not an observer of your reality, if you're not listening much more than you're speaking. It's For me, spirituality is synonymous with philosophy. So someone asked me the question that I thought I'd respond to about what's my thoughts are on spirituality versus materialism. And to be honest, I think we're headed into a new paradigm of spiritual thinking. I think spirituality is the new evolution. I think it's the rise in consciousness and fulfilling that human need to self actualize. That's actually creating a shift in consciousness amongst people, and that's driving forward human evolution, where we are all living in accordance with our highest gifts and talents and our potential, and we're sharing that with the world. So that, in my opinion, is something that we should be paid for. It's something that uh, we should be in abundance. We shouldn't be in a lack consciousness. So it's not like spirituality should deprive us of the material things that the universe has to offer these days. I think that paradigm is outdated. So someone who asked me this question also spoke about minimalism, and I think that's important. It's important not to acquire too much, like an excess of things that we don't need and serve no purpose in our lives. But what I do also believe is that there is abundant energy that's flowing to us and through us and with us at all times. And we are just part of this inhalation and exhalation of the universal energy and consciousness. So that's a powerful thought. And there's something I'm really trying to get to here, and it has to do with the minimalism. But like, so the thing is not having attachments is something that we ought to take into consideration when it comes to spiritual things and spiritual accumulation. It's like, I think even to an extent, people accumulate a spiritual ego where they have this ideation that they are somehow the authority on matters because they've had an insight or an understanding of something, but without practicing and understanding, it's not really translated into wisdom. Because when we really, really apply principles to our lives, that's when we are said to be having wisdom. That's when we are said to be living by those principles and actually upholding them in a way that we can say, that's the life that we're living. And that's when we can claim to be experts on that matter. So I hope you enjoy this. Give me a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. Do you see a paradigm shift? I'm sure you do see a paradigm shift, especially currently what we're going through on the planet. It's like massive, massive changes. And that speaks to me to a paradigm shift. It speaks to a cleansing and it speaks to a healing. It also speaks to the need for us sometimes for things to sometimes get worse before they can get better, and how difficult it is to sometimes change our thinking, I think, is reflected in how difficult it is to for us all to be united on one page in terms of the coronavirus, in terms of COVID-19, as I feel like globally we're so united right now because we all face the same pandemic. So again, once again, I just see that the lighting is playing with me, so I'm not going to keep it too long. But those are my thoughts for the day, and please like and subscribe and share this video. And like I said in my introduction video, my previous videos, this is just a place for me to come and reflect and introspect and document my ideas around spiritual topics and concepts, because it's something that I feel like I have a lot of wisdom and understanding about that I've gained over the years. So thanks for watching and take care.